that X39. And then he had like 7 other patches that I put on him as well. So the next day he started being able to follow the pencil. Before that, he was brain dead. There was no activity.
Wait a minute. The next day he started following the pencil? No, nothing else that Western medicine had to offer him was responsible for any of this, right? Medically, they didn't do anything for him. The only change was you put the X39 on the back of his neck combined with some other patches.
Yeah, but there was a chance she could come out of it. But it was like this. Mrs. Wall, you don't understand the severity. They did not think he was going to make it. I think that's why they let me put the patch on him to begin with. So anyway, there is a possibility that people have come back from this, okay? Right. But it gets a lot bigger than this. So he's paralyzed on his right side, totally paralyzed. His eye was going out here. His mouth drooped and saliva would come out. His right arm, his right leg, nothing was moving, okay? So after about, I thought it was 2 weeks, but as I was looking, thank God the pictures that I took are stamped on the date. And I was reading about carnosine, another patch that we have, and a brain. And what carnosine does in your own body is it regulates your cerebral fluid. Well, he has a lot of cerebral fluid because of all of this inflammation. So I put both of the patches, X39 and the carnosine here. This was, I think, the 26th. So it was 3 days after the surgery, okay, the craniectomy. And when I come in the next day into his room, 6 hours later, Sarah, the nurse, grabbed me. She said, "Gayla, Sammy's moving his right side." I said, "What?" Because they told me he was paralyzed and there's no movement. So, and I'm like, "It's fine. He's alive and that's all that matters." So she said, "We didn't want to tell you, but the left side of the brain controls the right side of the body. And where he's had this brain, these 3 brain bleeds, there's so much damage that we didn't think he was ever going to be able, we really don't understand why he's moving." I said, "Are you telling me the left side of his brain where those patches are right there and now his right side's moving?" She said, "Yeah, what are those patches?" And I said, "That, ma'am, is called miracle." So that's when I really could see the big picture of what this was going to do for him. And through this whole process, like everything, they told us 2 years, he would still not be working. It's been a year and a half and he's over right now. We're building him a house with, thanks God to LifeWave and my income. We're building him a house. He's working on the house right now. You can see show him your right hand. So he's completely not paralyzed anymore. And they said his hand would never work. His eye was going out to the right. And so we put the patches here and here. I have a girl that works with me that's an occupational therapist, and she said, "Put them right here because the ocular muscles." And the neuro eye doctor said that he was going to have to put prism glasses on, but they wanted to wait a year, but nothing was getting any better on his eye at all. And he was doing the exercises and everything. So so it's important where you put the patch. See, remember I had the patch back here, but he was still paralyzed. We moved to here where the damage was. The next day he starts moving. So we put the patch here, 5 days, perfectly teaming. As you can see, his eyes are perfectly teaming now. And there is nothing that he can't do. He is completely restored.
Sammy, how old are you?
24.
24. Okay. And so roughly you were 20, 21 years old when your mom started with this company called LifeWave. Mm-hmm. If you are anything like me, when I first heard about this stuff, I said, "That's nonsense. Some patches, really? That's what's going to really patches? You're going to stick them on your head and do all this weird stuff?" I mean, I'm like, yeah, okay. So were you a skeptic also at first when your mom started this LifeWave journey?
Yeah.
Yeah. How much of a skeptic are you now?
No skeptic.
Yeah. There's nothing left of skepticism. I mean, so they told you, Sammy, that you were going to be paralyzed forever?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, he didn't know that. He was still pretty out of it.
Well, told your mom, right? So, and now there's nothing that you can't do. We've got pictures here. Are you engaged or are you married?
I'm engaged. I'll be married in July.
Congratulations, married in July. This is truly a miracle story. You said that you've seen a lot of these, Gayla.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want to share any of those with us? We've got about 5 minutes left here. I just want to know. I mean, let's finish Sammy's story, but then I'd be interested to hear a quick rundown of some